Good evening, everyone. This is Marlon Chung, J.A. Chiny Boy, and here we have Janella Faye, my co-host here, and we have Miss Gloria, Joyful Lifestyle, and Miss Michelle. How are
Yes,
you all doing tonight?
I am doing well. My belly full. Just had some Indian food. Well,
I just, I just had some jerk Trenton and some rice and gungo. Me full.
And Janella, what you had? Because I know you.
You heard me eating, yeah, lentils and a veggie burger.
Oh
oh, so
Lord.
tonight it seemed like we're in the same plane.
Okay, good.
Yes, because I had vegetable as well.
There you go.
Well,
No Trenton,
today,
no Arnold, no Maine, no.
well, today, Auntie Pauline have not been out of bed. She's been in bed all day. She's not sick.
Okay, okay,
She just decided not to do absolutely nothing.
okay.
Good for
Good,
her.
good.
Right. So
He
Pops and
has
I
earned it.
decide right, she deserves it. So Pops
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to go to the supermarket. I was gonna make some lamb chops
Lord,
or
Lord.
some veal chops, but instead the lamb chops, there was none of the cut I like, and the other one, the beef was out of my pocket expense because it was an arm and a leg for that.
Mm,
Oh,
So I said I
oh.
was not going to do it. So I bought a piece of salmon.
okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so Pops and I went shopping. We came back and I cooked, and Pop was the cameraman. And you will see that video out tomorrow with
Can't wait.
you know. But
Oh,
it was
nice.
really good. I did it my way, how I learned how to do it, and it's just very easy. It's more of a traditional American style cooking, not like Auntie Pauline's,
Right,
right?
right,
So you guys
right,
have to
right.
yeah,
Okay.
just bear with
Some
me. But guys,
disclaimer.
it was really, really, really good. I did not use really any salt into it because to me, you don't need it.
Okay.
With what I cooked. So I made salmon. I made baked potatoes, string beans, and
Okay.
I made corn. And if you guys had any corn this year, anybody?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
No.
I love corn. I
The
made
We
sweetest
gungo
did
this
soup
corn.
year.
last week.
That's
Yes.
not true. I had corn.
Yes. The
Mm-hmm.
corn is
Yes.
unbelievable this year, guys. It's
They are
just so
very
sweet.
sweet.
Yes, very
What
sweet
is
this
Very
wrong
year.
sweet.
with that? But something is off with that
Exactly.
because I remember having corn in Jamaica and they were never that sweet.
Well, you don't have Jamaica had more of the hard corn.
Yes. And
Right,
that's
right.
what I like. So when I was down there the other day, I make sure I stock up my belly.
Yeah, but you see, me jealous of you because me never get no corn in Jamaica.
Oh, but you did busy.
Yes, but
Right.
not too busy to find a roast corn and roast yam and saltfish.
Yeah,
Oh
That
my
is what I was
God.
looking for.
that's a
You know.
must.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
good. Blessings, everyone. So, welcome back to Table Talk JA. And yeah, so we want to hear from Gloria, Joyful Lifestyle. Some of you probably would have seen her in the comment section on the live streams. So yeah, we want to hear about our channel. She is starting out as well, so definitely go over to her channel and show some support. Her information is going to be down in the description. But yeah, so welcome, Gloria. Let us know about your channel and what inspired you and all that.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, I'm a veteran. I retired from the United States Army, and I was deployed overseas several times, right? So I suffer from what's known as PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. And in December of last year, December 12th to be exact, I did the unthinkable. I had stopped taking my antidepressants. And, I found myself in a dark place and I just didn't want to be here anymore. So I tried to end it. And I ended up at the hospital. I spent 10 days in the hospital. Upon my discharge, I came home and I wasn't having the suicidal ideation, but I was still sad,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was lying in my bedroom and I turned the TV on, just trying to find a movie, something to distract me. And nothing was, I didn't find anything interesting. So I went over to YouTube, and this guy pop up, a video pop up of this guy on a river. So at the time, it didn't say Portland, but it was in Jamaica, right? And he said, I think in that video, he had like 25 guests, right?
Mhm.
And they were making curry chicken,
Mhm.
rice and peas, and he mentioned the guy socks doing the fried chicken, and then he said, and then I'm gonna do a roll and press,
Yep.
coconut roll and press. So I was like, roll and press? That's not a Jamaican thing. I've never heard the word roll and press before. So I said, okay. I said, you know what? Him light skin and him talk nice, so maybe a foreign he come from. Maybe him live a foreign, right? That's what I'm thinking. You know how we are, right? So I'm watching it. And then when he started to make it, I said, wait a minute, there's no flour that him a need, right?
Mhm.
And he was using his left hand and him a need the flour. And I was like, I was so enwrapped, you know? And I watched it and I was like, oh my God. And for the rest of that day, I binge watched him. I think it was the end of the first video, he talked about Portland, where the boat land. I said, it's Portland. And I even got his name incorrect because I went around calling him Colors, Colors,
I still
right?
call him that.
Colors? You still say colors instead of
Yeah.
colors? Yeah, okay. So when my niece called me to check up on me to find out what I was doing, I was like, listen, I'm watching this guy on YouTube, him name Colors. But listen, I wasn't saying ColazSmith, I said color green, colors green.
Lord have mercy.
She's Googling colors green and it's not coming up because colors. So I said to her, you know what? He make these things, these dumplings, he called them roll and press. So I type in roll and press, man in Jamaica making roll and press, and he came right up.
There you
Oh
go.
Okay.
my God.
Yes. And in one of his videos, he mentioned he was like, anybody out there who, is thinking about or who wants to do a YouTube channel, but they're thinking maybe it's a lot of work, they can, handle it, they wouldn't know how to go about it. He started giving advice on how to do it. And he was like, you're not too old to try it. And this is what you need to do. And I was like, you know what? I think I can do that. I think I can do that. So, yeah, that's how the idea came to me. Now, originally, I had named it Gloria's Jamaican American Lifestyle, right? I started watching Colors religiously. And in April, when he mentioned that he was going to be in New York in the Bronx for a concert, I ran up to the TV and I screenshot the brochure that he put at the end of his video. And I was like, I will be there. I have to meet him. I have to meet him. But prior to that, Marlon, I watched a video where he came to New York and you and him went down to DC.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, Colors reminded me of how I was when I first came to America. He was so fascinated by the squirrels. He was chasing.
We were all, Gloria, we all been there.
God, you want to hear a story? I came to America in 1988. My
Me
brother, my
too.
mom, huh?
Me too.
Three of us.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Three
Yes,
of us.
March 88.
1988.
I was September 1st. I missed the hurricane. Was it Ivan Gilbert? I missed
Gilbert.
Gilbert
Yes,
by
me
2 weeks.
too. Yeah.
Yep.
And I so wanted to see that storm because I grew up hearing my grandmother and my mother talk about the 51 storm and they made it
Yes.
seem, they glorify it. So I wanted to experience my own, right? But I missed it. So anyway, my brother came up 2 weeks before me, right? So when I came up, he came to the airport to pick me up. So the next morning, I'm in the bedroom, and he was like, "Petal, Petal." That's my pet name. He was like, "You want to see some foreign rat how them big? You want to see some foreign rat how them big?" So I said, "Okay." So he said, "Come, come, them outside, them outside." So I'm running behind him to go outside, right?
Uh-huh.
When he opened the back door, he said, look at the foreign rat, them how them big." Me say, "You're so stupid. Those are squirrels."
For- but
Foreign
Gloria,
rat. Huh?
Gloria, when
Oh,
I came here, I was the first one to come to New York first. Before we went to Florida, my
Mm,
siblings and I came to New York here first. You know what I
uh,
mean? And so when my sister came up, I remember it was winter time, and we went to pick her up at the airport. It was in the night, and we're driving back, and it's cold outside and everything.
yes.
So my sister, she wind on the window a little bit,
Ooh,
and is a skunk was smelling, and she go,
oh,
"Mommy, smell the good Jamaican pine." Mama said,
oh,
"Wind up
good
the window,
one.
gal."
Spell the good one.
My sister, smell the good Jamaican pine, so the pine tree.
Lord Jesus.
Right. So my mother said, "Wind up the window, gal." No,
oh my
hear this
God.
one now. Hear this one. I won't call which auntie it was. I can't
Right?
do it. But we were in Mount Kisco, and we were into this little pub where it's a friends of ours. And we would go there when it's not packed and play like a pool. Mommy, me, my auntie, my sister. So it was fun. It was like, the whole group of us would go down there and play like a pool and enjoy ourselves. I wasn't there this night, but all of a sudden, the gentleman have the door open at the front, and there was a couple Spanish people inside there, and something come inside, and every man run out. Everybody, but the owner for the club, mommy run gone out. Everybody, my auntie sit down there in the chair. See him and said, "What a pretty little cat."
Oh
What
no.
was? I know it was
Yes,
not cat.
a skunk. It was a skunk,
Skunk.
and did it
Oh my
shoot up the whole
God.
place?
No,
Let
sir.
me tell you,
No.
that place was closed for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. What a pretty little cat.
Oh.
No, sir.
You know,
And
there's
that's a
that
smell you
commercial like
can't get
that
rid of,
where
no.
the lady used to have on her glasses and she had a raccoon in her backyard.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
No.
I'm telling you. But
I leave
anyway,
nature outside.
There we
uh,
go.
so
Yeah.
anyway, let's get back to this little topic there, Gloria. So
Mm-hmm.
you're saying after what you tried to do
Mm-hmm.
before and watching Colas, how did Colas inspire you to, you know?
Because watching him, I stopped thinking about what I was going through. We don't have time to think about what happened.
Mhm,
Even if when we go out on a raid
mhm,
and a soldier perish, I mean, we don't even have time to cry or
mhm, mhm.
be remorseful, and because we have to go on. We have to go on. And
Yeah,
it's the saddest, saddest, saddest thing you can ever imagine, because when you see that, you know that one of us
yes,
has fallen. And
correct.
when a group of us are going out, we look to the right, we look to the left, and we'll be like, we don't know if all of us are coming back,
Back. Yeah,
right? So those are the type of things that we go through, but we don't have time to process it and be sad. It's
yeah.
when you get out
Get out.
I'm that that
So do
thing.
you
Mhm.
think that's what caused your depression?
Of course, definitely.
Okay.
That's what caused it. Because 9/11, um, it's gonna be one of the saddest, saddest. I go through it every year. So what
Mhm,
I'll probably do, I'll probably drive up to Jersey City because they have a 9/11 memorial there. And it's
Yeah.
mhm.
just not for the victims of that were in Manhattan, it's for the Pentagon and Flight 93.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I'll go up there and I'll just stare at her name, right? My roommate, we were in South Korea, in Seoul. She got her assignment to go to the Pentagon, and I got mine to go to Fort Bragg. And she was just waving it in the air in my face, Stacy Thurman is her name. If you ever go to 9/11, you will see her name there. And she was just showing off, because when you're in the military and you get an assignment to be stationed at the Pentagon, it's creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're talking about you don't have to go into the field. You're going to be up there with the generals. You dress up every day in your class. And she was just, ecstatic. And here I am going to Fort Bragg. We call Fort Bragg the military within the military, because they do everything by the book, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, if I go to Fort Bragg, I'm going to have to jump once a month. Because when you're stationed there, you practice during peacetime for wartime, right? That's the
Yeah.
motto.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When 9/11 happened, I was watching it on TV. I had no idea. If I didn't know she had perished until Ted Koppel, they do the Chiron,
Yeah.
right? And they were calling out the names of the victim in the Pentagon. And when her name scrolled by, and I was like, wait a minute, no, there is no way. There is no way. And then Ted Koppel mentioned the name. And I don't remember much after that, because it was devastating. It was devastating.
Yes.
She was in her office when the plane hit,
Oh,
and
wow.
they didn't even find a body.
Oh God.
Mm.
They didn't, because the plane went in right where her office was. So, yeah.
My
So,
condolence, my sister. My condolence. You
but
know.
yeah, a couple years ago, I did a dedication to her on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, because she was a Christian. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone to the club Saturday night, and here she come. I'm trying to sleep Sunday morning, and she's getting up, getting ready for church. I'd be like, "Put your shut up! I want to sleep." And she'd be like, "Bradford, you need to come to church with me." And I'd be like, "Bradford say you need to leave her the hell alone." Because in the military they call us by our last name, right? Back to with color, I'm all over the place.
That's
But
okay.
with Color, watching him, I was able to forget a lot of the things that was going through my head that day.
Yeah,
You
makes
know,
sense.
yeah, because I just get caught up on the beach, the Twin Sister River,
Yes.
the ginger dumpling, the beetroot dump. I was like, what the heck? I just,
Yeah.
yes. So he helped me to get get out of that space.
Yes.
Get out of that space. And when I met him, when I went to the concert and I met him, I saw Marlon first. I was like, Marlon! And he was like, I'm setting up the merch. I'm setting up the merch.
I
And I was
remember.
like, okay, I want my picture. Oh, I never did get my picture, Michelle and
Sorry.
Janella. I never got a
Oh,
picture.
Sorry.
No.
don't
But
worry about it,
listen,
Gloria.
no matter
There's
how
always
I
a
remember,
tomorrow.
I
Listen,
I went
there's
back on a
always tomorrow.
I
correct.
know.
I went back on a video and I was
Uh-huh.
watching the video just 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
And every time I walked down the aisle coming down to go video, because
Mhm.
I was videotaping,
Uh-huh.
I can only hear Miss Gloria's
Gloria.
voice. I could only hear her voice, and so like that. And I watched your video. I was watching your video, one of your videos there too, from that same thing in the Bronx. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh my God, I have that part too. I have that part as well.
But the funny thing, Marlon, when you said, I don't know when you sent me that message, but I didn't see it until today when you said, Gloria, look at Blink View in your
View,
video.
right.
I
I
Yeah.
saw
didn't
that.
even, yes,
Yeah.
You didn't
He
see
was
him?
there. That's where I first
I
met
didn't
him.
know him. I didn't
Correct.
know. The only person I was aware of was Auntie Pauline, which, I call her Mommy P now.
Uh,
And then Marlon, because I watched the video with him, taking colors to DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
And then Vincy, I met Vincy. So I
Yes.
didn't know anything about Blink View. At
I
the
didn't know him either
exactly
at
at the
that time.
second
I didn't.
concert,
Correct.
In Poughkeepsie, I was right across sitting from Chemdes.
Yes, yes.
And the three boys, I didn't know anything about them. You
Mhm.
know, so
Yes.
it's amazing the people that I met there not realizing that they too were
But Gloria,
YouTubers, you
I'm going to
know?
go back to one thing because I really, really appreciate you sharing that story.
Absolutely.
And Miss Gloria, I'm going to tell you something. I have never met him in person, but I shared a secret with Janella Faye, and where I had a little moment myself. And
Right,
another day I will speak about it into another thing, but not tonight.
right, right.
And she actually, um, you know, introduced me to a friend of hers, and he is, we call him Brother Joseph, right?
Mm,
And I
mm.
would love, please, I'm begging you, I would love just for you to one day just talk to him and
Okay,
just let him do a little prayer. Because
okay.
after praying, he prayed for me. I'm not lying.
Mm,
I told Janella I something touched me. And I'm not that
um,
easy to be touched. I can tell you that. I'm not.
right,
I have a
right.
strong belief of certain things. And
Mm.
it was a special moment when that happened, where I do not know this man, and after he finished praying, I was crying,
Oh
and I
my
felt
God.
and I felt something. So sometimes if you open your heart and believe, and just listen to somebody who's praying of good words of God to you, you're
Right.
gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. And I hope, Janella, please, ask Brother Joseph to introduce Brother Joseph to Gloria and have a little prayer
Yes,
for Gloria.
of
Let me
course.
tell you, I must tell you, I have friends who was there, in the army and everything like that. And there are people who like friends, you guys, you go hang out and everybody crash at the house. And yet he will jump up and thinking it's a bomb. And I was
Yeah.
like, what is that? And he would
Hmm.
jump, and you have to be careful because they will hurt you because they
Hmm.
don't
Yeah,
realize where they are.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm happy for you to share that story with us because there's a
Yep.
lot of people out there who needs this, to
Yep.
learn more about this awareness.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Yep. You're welcome. You're
Yes,
welcome.
yes, yes.
So,
You know.
Colors was the one who actually had me change the name of my channel from Gloria's Jamaican American Lifestyle to Gloria's Joyful Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he was at your house and he was doing a live and I was on it with him and he was bigging me up and he said,
I
Gloria, you
remember
gotta have
that.
to cut that name they down,
Don't
eh?
I
Yes, I
remember
remember that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yes. And I said,
that?
okay. And I jumped off the live and I got a piece of paper and I started writing different things, right? And then, because I said, I need to change it before the live end. And I want to tell him that I changed it and hear what he said, right? So I
So
came up with,
now,
okay,
how long you said you started YouTube now,
uh,
roughly?
well, December was when I was hospitalized, right? I started watching him, and January was when I decided to do it. But I didn't
Mhm,
know anything about editing, you know?
mhm,
And so I would go out and I would do the videos. And then I went to church for Easter Sunday. I did a video. And then I was watching Jay progress,
mhm,
because from Colors, I would hear him mention names and I would go over to that person and watch and see what they were all about.
mhm,
Mhm.
Right. So I was watching Jay progress and I hear in one of his videos, he said, shout out to Murphy from ColazSmith TV. He said, Murphy, I love your editing, but you got to put in the work, my brother. You got to put in the work. So I said, okay, I'm going to go over to Murphy, Murphy
yeah,
I see what
Adventure
Murphy is doing.
and see what he's talking about. I have to watch it first and
yeah,
see what Jay is talking about. So I went over to Murphy. I watched a few of his videos and I was like, ah, I said, okay. And then
mhm,
at one of his videos, he had his telephone number and I called him right away in Jamaica. I was like, Murphy, I saw
That's
you on
awesome.
Colors and, you know, I
yeah,
said, I want to become a creator, but I don't know how to edit. Would you be able to do it for me? And he was like, yeah, man, yeah, man. So I said,
That is
okay, Colors is,
awesome.
huh?
That is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. I said, Colors is going to come up for the concert in the Bronx. I'll give him an envelope to give you. And if you notice in Colors video, when I hug
Yes,
him, you see me with an envelope in my hand. That
yes.
envelope was for Murphy. a friend of mine who she's Algerian and her husband is from Egypt, right? So he's a techie guy. So I had called him one day and I was like, Hisham, do you know anything about video editing? He was like, yes. Why? I said, could you teach me how to do it?
Yeah.
He was like, okay, I'll come on, come on down. Like he would say, come on down on Wednesday. So I
Yeah.
went there on Wednesday, and his daughter was like, Miss Gloria, I'm better than dad. I'll teach you because I babysat that little girl when she was a year old,
Oh
you
wow.
know, because yes, the mom, they had just moved here to America. Well, the mom, she had just moved here because the father went over there, married her, and brought her back, right?
Right.
And then she had Lena, and she wanted to go to school to learn English. And she
Mm-hmm.
asked me if I could help her out to babysit. I was like, of course, definitely. And
Yeah.
here it is, 18 years later, she's
Lena.
teaching me how to edit. You see
That is
how God
awesome.
moves in a
Yeah. Yeah.
mysterious way?
That is
Yeah.
what you truly call full circle.
I'm telling you, the
Right.
circle of life. Yes,
You know.
absolutely. That's why they say sometimes when you see people, sometimes they're walking on the road and they might look homeless or you never know what they did when they were young,
That's
right?
No.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
That's true.
you should always be good to people because you never know if they're ever gonna come back in your life to be the one to help you.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's very true.
I
Yep.
met Lena at 12 months old, and 17 years later, she's teaching me how to
What is
edit. So
your
that's
channel about?
um okay. So I want to do a lot of military stuff, right?
Okay.
Like that's one of the reasons why I'm going skydiving the 18th of next month.
Shut the front
Um,
door.
huh? Oh yes, I'll be jumping at 11 a.m. on the 18th.
Too close. We have to link up.
I
We do
know.
have to link up.
Yeah.
And
I
let me
know.
tell you something. I do not know if you guys have ever watched, Miss Gloria's video, but
Oh yeah.
I was watching that video just today. I was watching that video with her, and she was putting on a piece of dancing, and my
Oh.
heaven just
So
started
Because she
so
was,
you did
yeah,
put out the video. Okay. Okay.
yes,
All
yes,
right.
man. Generally, I have to see
but
that. And
Michelle, you
it's
said
Yeah,
looking
what
at
else?
the
Then
video,
I will
looking at
research
the
your
heels, your
channel.
feet start to hurt.
Yes. Yeah. Listen, you see the video where our friend went, I think it was her daughter's graduation or
No,
something like that.
yes,
it was my friend's daughter.
okay,
Okay,
It was
and
okay.
my
then Miss
friend's daughter.
Lady come and me like, yeah, she'll go on good, and then she go down and me like, me go down, me can't come back, and so say so done. She go down and she needed help for come back up.
But
Marlon, I was weak.
I know you would laugh to see some of these videos. I'm not lying. You
Listen,
would be
I was
laughing.
weak because I'm
Yes,
thinking
yes.
it, and it's
Hmm.
happening in real time in front of me.
Yes, yes.
And then this
But
one has spread out and I go on with her heels. I'm like, no, no.
no, I do not know how somebody can stand up in her heels like that.
She a dancing her legs, so that's
And I
it. Touch
dance and
her
I
round.
jump. And you got to see her jumping and do it,
No,
It's like
sir.
look like a country dance thing.
No, sir.
And she in that
Oh
high and
my
she
goodness.
jumping and jumping. My
Remember, even at Colors concert in the Bronx, Michelle,
yes,
I was on the floor. What? What is a run
No.
up and down? What? Oh,
Yes.
you should have seen me on my heels. I run up and down.
Gloria,
No.
Gloria,
Me will have on
Gloria.
my slippers.
I think I think in the
Oh my God, took
Bronx,
off everything barefoot.
Yep.
right? The lady, I caught her quite a bit. Was that you remember that elderly lady in the front
Yes,
In
in
the
the
that
red
was going
front.
sweater. In the red
She
sweater.
wouldn't
yes,
stop.
Yep.
man, non-stop it up. And then when I
None.
look at
The
one
lady
point,
full of
she had the
energy.
kerchief hanging in her back. General, I got to send you that clip.
Listen,
One
I
the
of the,
lady full of energy. Me that watch her,
yes,
me tired.
and
Michelle, one at the time, she dip on one foot. She put one foot in the air and one foot up
yes,
on the ground. And
and
she
then
have,
one young lady, an old lady, me talking,
Yes,
and just
seriously.
jumping. Anything you want to ask, Janella?
Yeah, so but yeah, definitely, thanks for your service. Start off
Yes.
you're
with that.
welcome.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
think that
yes.
it's very important to, showcase that as well because, there's a lot of people that struggle with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it also talks to what I always talk about, as in, like, when as content creators, when we put out our videos and stuff, that's why we have to be mindful of the type of content that we do, as well as how we treat our audience, because a lot of the people that are watching our platform, you never know what they're going through, because
Right.
if the
Right. Right.
very first video you saw, can you imagine if the very first video you saw was something negative?
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have put you more into
Put
the
you off.
situation that you're going to, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
one thing I've talked about from the beginning. And I think as people's platform tend to grow, they start to lose touch with that. And
Yeah.
some people can kind of get a bit ahead of themselves, and they forget that the very same people that are they're on their comment section, and they're saying things like, these are real people who they form a bond with you through the camera. You
Mhm.
might
Right.
not see it or
Right.
feel it on the
Right.
outside, but they feel like you're their friend, or you're their family
Correct.
member, or they're watching you hours upon hours a day. I mean, even my own mom, she go to sleep on some of the YouTubers, wake up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why you not watching my
What
videos?
about
But
my
still, she wake up in the morning, and if every time I look on there, she's watching something. So the thing is that when you see them in person, you're like, whoa, this is a person where I'm watching their videos, I'm in their comment section, and you feel
Yeah.
like you're a part of something. So I
Yeah.
think that that's also, hopefully, that there are other content creators that are watching this, where they can understand that too. Like, you never
Yeah.
know what's happening with the person on the other side, as well as the audience too.
right?
So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I think with your journey, it's very important. And I do hope that with YouTube, because sometimes YouTube can get overwhelming, especially with the audience and stuff. A lot of people, they have that ammunition, because they feel like they're behind the scene, they're behind the screen, their real name is not out there. So a lot of these
Right.
people, they feel like they're able to say anything, stuff that they wouldn't tell you in
In
person.
your face.
They
Yeah.
have,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yes,
Janelle, we
so
call
I
those
just,
keyboard warriors
right.
Yeah.
because them just
So,
sit behind
I
them
do hope,
keyboard with a whole bunch of foolishness. But in
yep,
person, them
Yeah.
meek
in
and
person.
mild like mouses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Right. So, I
Mm-hmm.
just
And there's
encourage
no.
you to continue, and to make
Yeah.
sure that, don't worry about that. Those are just distractions and stuff, and to stay
Correct.
focused
Correct.
on
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to be an inspiration to a lot of people.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You have a special audience out there, Gloria, that's going to reach out to you because it's a lot of things they're facing now, and you know what? There's nobody else who understand it more than you because you've been there.
Right.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know.
Exactly.
Yes, and especially like me, when you start speaking, I'm listening to every word you say. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because I do have friends. I've never experienced it because I've never been in the army, but I always wanted to know,
Right.
all of these things. And I've been watching your video, Gloria. I've been watching your video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes,
Because
yes,
you can
ma'am.
go to a dark place, man.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
yes,
And there are
yes.
times when the nightmares come, and
Yes.
then you're afraid to fall asleep, so you develop
Because
Yeah,
insomnia,
yes.
correct,
you
correct.
know? And then there are times when the nightmares come and you cannot remember if you were at that place or is it all in your head.
Correct,
Right. Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So
But
It's a
Gloria, I
constant
want you to
struggle.
promise me one thing.
hmm
You have met some friends right here.
Thank you.
Anytime you feel a little sad or anything, just Michelle,
Laura, speed dial.
Janella is here. I'm here. Auntie Polly, give us a call. So I'm just like what a doorstep away from you,
Which
right?
part is that? Poughkeepsie too?
No,
Wappingers.
who, me?
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Wappingers. And Gloria is in New Jersey.
Yes,
No,
I'm in
you are a
Jersey.
Jersey girl, Gloria. You are a
Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in all honesty, Gloria, I am a social worker. And I spoke to you and I tell Jem, I say, Gloria is a vibe. And we just
Yes.
spoke once, right?
Yes.
We just spoke once. And it's when your spirit click and you text
Right.
somebody, I want you to know forever and a day that I am here. And if you even just want to scream
Yeah.
or breathe on the other end of the line, I am here.
Correct.
Thank
Correct.
We're
you.
in a safe
Thank you.
space.
Yes.
So, because I mean, nobody knows what it is until they exercise either empathy, some
Right.
understanding, and some compassion, and just try to put themselves
Yeah.
in your shoes. And at
Correct.
the current atmosphere nowadays, you still have people who are able to do that. However, they're far and few in between.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So the
It's
ones
Mhm.
who
true.
are close around you that you know you can lean into, we don't
Mm-hmm.
mind. We're here for you. Lean in.
Yeah.
You're
Correct.
not a
Yeah.
burden. You're not a bother. Lean in. And
Mhm.
oh, wait a minute. Now that I am a certified independent travel advisor, I can be at your doorstep in a heartbeat. I can be at your doorstep in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Um,
I have
so,
another question I want to ask because I mean this is really this is really deep for me here now.
mhm.
Lori, I need to ask a question.
Okay.
Do you have insurance that covers from the military for this kind of stuff for you?
Oh yeah, I go to the military for
Perfectly.
everything. I don't pay for
Yeah.
anything. All my health care is through the military.
Okay, what about the others ones out here who I see running the streets who are having that disability? Something's
They
happened.
have that access. A lot of them will not go, or some of them may just not know about it. You
Mhm,
know. Um, but yeah, they even have a center in Philadelphia that they can go and take a shower every
mhm,
Wednesday. They get their hair cut. They get breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So
mhm.
I mean, the military does take care of us, but you'll have a lot of them out there. They either don't know or they don't want the help.
One,
You
okay.
know.
Because there's a gentleman, I've seen him a couple of times. He's an older gentleman in a wheelchair, and he's out on the side of the road begging.
So old. Okay, let me tell you one thing with the older veterans, especially the ones that went to Vietnam.
Yeah,
Right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They did not volunteer. They were drafted. Right?
Oh,
And they went to Vietnam. They were not fighting war the way the UCMJ taught us to
Yes.
fight the other soldiers.
okay,
They
Yes.
were
okay.
encountering civilians who were ready to die for their country,
Yes.
right?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
People pushing babies in a
In
pram,
front.
but
Yes.
beneath that pram is a
It's a
bomb.
bomb. Yes.
Yes, right?
Okay.
So they are crazy. And on top of that, remember, they didn't volunteer. I volunteered to join the military. They didn't. And on
Okay,
top of that,
okay.
they came back from over
Oh,
there. They came
yes.
back to America and they were treated like
Mhm.
right.
Garbage.
If you were
Understood.
drafted and you didn't show up, you get sent to jail.
Yes.
Didn't
That
have
is
a
Yeah.
true.
choice,
Yes.
especially minorities, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
nobody
yes.
had a choice. But they were treated like crap. So because of that, a lot of them resented the government and
Mhm,
would not seek assistance,
mhm, mhm.
right? They will not seek assistance. So they are leaving a lot of money on the table because they have pent up anger, which I can understand. But I've learned this saying, you cannot cut off your nose to spite your face,
Mhm.
because they're not getting the help that they have earned because they're still bitter about what happened in the 50s.
Right.
And
You
Is
Gloria,
know?
let
there
me add
is
to
there
a
any
little bit to that.
numbers? Is
Hold
there
on,
any?
Marlon.
I'm
Let
sorry.
me
Go
add
ahead.
a
Go ahead.
little bit to that.
Yeah.
Some of them were convinced to go and get help, but the bureaucracy
The
in
red tape.
applying for benefits for them, it's like you literally need an attorney
Yes.
to help
Yes.
you go through the bureaucracy and the red tapes. So even myself as a social worker assisting veterans
Mm,
with getting benefits, Gloria, I
mm.
am telling you, the National Archives, I sat on hold for an hour and 10
Oh my
minutes
goodness.
just for the young man to get on and tell me he can't help me. And I said, wait a minute. I need you to listen to what I am asking you. Now, I'm a younger person. Imagine somebody in their 70s or 80s who doesn't understand, doesn't have the patience to go through all the prompts on the phone. You
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
after I said, let me speak, then he stopped And he goes, oh, okay. You just go over here and you da 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 da. And I punched it in and I was able to get what I needed. But imagine someone like that older gentleman that is not able to have the patience or the understanding. I think in this country, because of how things are set up, sometimes it
Yeah.
deter people from going to get
Yes,
the help that they need because they
right.
go through so much hoops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, Vanessa. I know recently they have started providing VSOs, which is veteran service officers, to assist the veterans, But once again, they don't advertise these things.
Right.
So a lot of them are still unaware of it. And that's why I say, by the
Correct.
grace of God, and I get monetized, I want to go where a lot of homeless veterans are, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and try to help them to get the assistance that they need,
Mhm.
right? If I
Okay.
Right.
have to get them in touch with a service officer, drive them
Exactly.
to the appointment,
So,
Exactly.
Gloria, let me ask that question. Do you have, I don't want to ever put your phone number out, but do you have an email where you could put out here that maybe somebody would love to talk to you, knowing that they've been there needing that help or just somebody to talk to?
Yeah, because I created an email that's just for my YouTube channel. It's gloriablanford@gmail.com.
Okay, see if we
There you
can link
go.
that, Janella, you know what I mean? Because there's people out there, maybe one or two might buck up on this and they do not know
Right.
where to go and get the resource, to get help and things like that. Any phone number you have or anything, I can
Right.
appreciate. We
Wow.
have canned food
And a restaurant
downstairs
too.
and what, yes, yes. I never
Oh
forget
my
that. Oh my
goodness.
God, I never will forget that.
So I have a question for you, Gloria. So would
Mhm.
you ever, I haven't got a chance to look over your channel yet, but I don't know if you have already, but would you do like survival videos?
Yeah, I would.
Oh.
Oh, Janella, she have the nails and she have the heels. She gonna give you some.
No, but we know that you have the time.
As a matter of fact, I also have some obstacle course videos to put up. I just because
Excuse
Yes,
me,
my
those
guys,
type.
excuse me 1 second. You hear? I'll be right back.
Okay.
okay, okay.
But Janelle, I am here for it. You know, what you call it, belly crawl under the barbed wire in your heels
There
and your
you go,
nails.
Yemi.
The
The
prone, the
plank.
prone, the prone crawl. That's what we call it. The
Yes,
prone crawl. Yes. Yes.
girl, I am here for it. So Gloria, whenever you're ready, I'm here. I mean, I'm not partaking. I am not partaking. I am here as a solid supporter.
Carry on.
You know
Carry
Yes.
what,
on.
Michelle? You sound like Reno. Because he was like, I will come, I will actually drive you to the airport and I will cheer you on, but I am not jumping with you. I
No,
was
honey.
like,
Mm-mm. No,
but this is a person that will drive a Ferrari going over 100 miles an hour. Well,
me
then
not
again, I
doing
do
that
go over
either.
100. Huh?
I guess
Me
it
not
depends how
doing
you
that
get on the
either.
ground.
I didn't hear you.
No,
I'm sorry. I
I'm
didn't
not.
hear.
I'm not doing that either.
What? Speed? What? Doing what?
The
Speeding?
100+ mile. I will ride a donkey that goes 2 miles an hour. I
Are
am
you
not
serious?
with that.
Michelle, when I'm on
Listen,
the highway, sometime, even today, I had my friend's daughter in the car with me. She was like, Miss Gloria, it says 110. I was like, oh, I didn't know because it didn't feel. I drive an Audi Q5 and I'm not kidding you. When you're on the highway, it doesn't feel like you're going fast because it's not shaking or anything. You have to
Yeah.
glance down
no,
to know how
Gloria.
fast you're going.
I am on 95 and it says 65. I may go 70. Other than that, if I am in a lane and I'm upsetting you, go around me. If I'm
Listen,
gonna
you
come and
one of
meet you,
them,
There you
yes,
Michelle.
go.
You sound
Right.
like you're one of them. I will come way down on your car
and
to,
I
Yep.
will
to get.
stop.
And me was right. There you go. So that's why we're up on the bottom.
Yep, I will stop. I know the law. And listen, if you want to get by, I'm gonna move out of your way. Or if you have room, go around me. But you're not
Right.
gonna force me to go any faster. And if I am late, Marlon, me I go call you. Marlon, me I late. Me
Yeah.
see
Yep.
it in a bow, so the
Yeah.
GPS, tell me I go get the inner so. You understand?
The-
Yeah. Well,
Listen.
let me
yeah,
tell
I
you
the
something,
same thing.
Michelle.
Yeah.
If
Eh,
you ever drive behind Pops,
eh.
you would stop laughing. If it said 50, it might go 45.
Me and Pops in the same
And
league.
listen, no matter how you blow, no matter what you do, every time with Pops driving, and I saw them, I flip it with a finger, I flip it with it, and he just same way.
Me
Don't look,
and Pops up on the
don't look.
same speed. You
That's why
understand?
mommy drive. Mommy drive most of the time.
Listen, me
Every
and Pops step on the same speed. And let me tell you, sometimes these people they'll zoom by me, and I'm
Eh.
letting them there stoplight. See me? Huh?
Yep. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Because at
You,
that point, me think
Marvin,
so them gone, them they reach them
Morning,
destination.
you see that night coming back from Colors concert in the Bronx? I was at the turnpike racing with a Benz and a BMW.
no.
And we were just in, and let me tell you what they would do. Because at that time of the night, there weren't a lot of traffic and we had the lane. And what would happen, right? The Mercedes Benz, it would slow down and I come right beside it. He glanced over me. He glanced at me. I glanced at him. And I'd be like, and then I take off, right?
See?
And then
Janelle, straight madness. Straight madness. This is why I'm in a Depan road late at night time because of people like Gloria.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
me be writing on my bed. No.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I know it's dangerous, but Michelle, I used to jump out a plane. I gotta get my thrill wherever I can.
My
You
girl
know,
can learn to play one Congo drum or something.
where I wanted
I
to
get
go
one
back to the
trampoline.
range.
Get one
Mm-mm.
trampoline in the backyard and
There you go.
No,
I can see
me
her.
need them
I
no good
really
for
bounce,
can.
that no
bounce
more.
it up.
I can
Watch
see
out.
her in high heels doing it.
You know, trampoline in style, glorious
There
way.
you go.
Oh,
No, man. I mean, I
Gloria,
just
you look like
can't.
a lot of fun to be
She
around.
she's
I'm
an
not lying.
adrenaline
Yeah.
junkie. She need the adrenaline.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Gloria, go White River rafting. Go up in at the top
Right.
of
Get
Smarty Mountain. You know
bungee
what I'm saying?
jumping. What
Listen,
called bungee jumping? The one with them? I'm looking
Yes.
for rock climbing.
the rock. I'll
Janella,
do that
I
too.
am not.
I'll do that. I go
I
to
am
Jamaica and
not.
go and
So
zip lining.
yeah, rock climbing. I can do that. Would I don't mind that. For
Oh
sure.
Listen,
my
I
goodness.
am not signing any disclosure that say, listen, you jump off of this at your own risk, and if the rope busts and you're dead,
Right.
at
Yeah.
your
No.
fault.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
people do
doing it.
that. Yeah.
All right, all right. What about tubing? Would you go tubing?
Of course I did that. I
Oh,
went
you did
tubing in
tubing. Okay.
Massachusetts.
Then
Yeah.
somebody a pull the thing is a
But
boat
guess
a
what?
pull you on that rubber, you know.
But if it flip over, guess what? Chances are me I gonna get bruised up, but me can't swim.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
When that the bungee rope that broke, me can't fly. Me not no wings.
But Michelle, by the time you hit the ground, you won't feel anything. So you won't even
Oh
know.
Lord.
Me not even gonna try if it even go there so we go experience it.
You don't like fishing, Gloria? That's too
I've,
boring, right?
I have never gone fishing.
I
It
know.
That
is fun.
I know.
It
that
is
It's
sounds like
boring.
fun.
relaxing.
It's nothing exciting for her unless you're going to jump in the
No,
water
no,
and get to
no.
the fish.
Marlon, it's not gonna be excited because she loves
It's gonna be
adrenaline.
relaxing.
It's gonna be too relaxing.
Correct. She's going to jump in
Yeah.
the water
Yeah,
after the fish
true.
instead.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now if you tell Gloria to go wrestle the beaver,
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
Right. There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
as daring as I am, though, there's one thing you will not get me on is a motorcycle.
oh
I
yeah, I'm
draw
not
the
into
line
that
there.
either. No,
Yeah.
Hmm? Yeah,
no.
I draw the line at a motorcycle. I will.
Listen, me hardly want ride one bicycle, much less. No, sir.
We can do the bicycle, We can do the bicycle.
My thing is,
Yeah.
if me drop off to the left, if me drop off on the right, me I go scrape
No,
up
because
somewhere.
you
Me no
can
want to
balance
get no
yourself.
scrape
No,
up.
you can balance yourself. That we can do. We can do the
You know what?
bicycle.
I would love to see, Gloria. What you
Eh,
could do, I think would be a great video.
what?
Some of your girls, and you do a little camp out, outside
Oh,
camp.
Yeah,
nice.
that's what I'm
That would
saying.
look
Like
The,
a
so
the
good.
survival.
survival thing, yeah.
The
Put the
survival,
survival
yeah.
thing together.
Them not.
Yeah.
I was telling Rena the other night that we're going to picture a tent in the backyard and sleep out there. I was like, "Are you game?" But he was like, "Are we just gonna sleep?"
Only can go and go glam. Me will stay inside. Me no
You
do
want
both.
about
Me no
your
do nothing.
business, you know?
But that's the problem. We don't like the bulbs.
Me
Yeah.
do. Me do.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't even want to go up on my veranda if me see one little lizard out there. No, sir.
Can you imagine that?
Me know me in the wrong state, Gloria. Me know. Me know. Me have lizard. Me have alligator. You know, you name
Yeah.
it, me have it right in my backyard. But no.
You know, I had a
Yeah.
bearded dragon for a pet.
What
I
is
used to
wrong
take it
with you,
out of.
woman?
All right. And on that note, well, want to eat my cookies. Me never
Me
get a
send
chance
me
to
go
eat
and
my
text you
dessert.
a picture of it. I had even
So,
named him Andy. Me send you a picture of my bearded dragon, but he died.
Thank you, Jesus.
so yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely check out Gloria Joyful Lifestyles channel. Her information is going to be in the description. So thank you all for watching. Definitely stay tuned, and hopefully we have both of you back as well next time, so we can continue, this wonderful
Looking
table talk.
forward. Looking forward
Absolutely.
Yes,
to
My
it.
Yes,
pleasure.
blessings, blessings.
definitely.
Yes.
So thank you for
Okay.
watching. As always, stay blessed. Please subscribe and share with others as well.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us.
Okay.